Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. So I decided to cut this video into two parts, part one and part two. So if you have watched part one, this is part two of SMLT Art trying out their brown watercolor album. And I will link part one in the description below. I will pop in the picture here so you can see what I'm painting. And I've sketched it in. When I opened the book, it had this little card that said, "We care about your creations in this sketch pad, so we make a promise. Sketch something cool, follow us on Instagram, post your art using hashtag SMLT art, excuse me. We will see you, we will find you, and we will send you a present." Interesting. They seem very nice, these people. Anyway, so I've decided that I'm going to use the Gansai Tambi set primarily because I think they did really nicely in my testing. And they have that dark blue color, and they've got a red color for the strawberry. And if I have to go to another set, I'll bop into another set. But I think that's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to leave that just flopped over there, I think. I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me move my brushes a little bit. And I need some other brushes. I got that flat guy. I'll have another little flat guy here. And we'll see where that goes. So I'm not going to talk a lot because I want to get this sped up. And every time I open my mouth, I feel inclined to share with you whatever insight I had, and then makes editing a little bit slower, and it makes the video a little longer, which sometimes I feel like it's worth it. But anyway, so I'm just going to get going. Okay, my cat's eyes are kind of weird looking, but the cat's eyes in my, on my cat here, kind of weird looking. It was very much a folk art kind of cat. So, that's part of his charm. Trying to decide if those should be white, though, on the inside. I think they maybe are. It's really hard to tell. Anyway, my thoughts on this. It was interesting to work on. It obviously, the colors really kind of pop, kind of nice. And yet, while I was working, they kind of absorbed into the paper. So it was a weird mix of really coming out and really not. And it was really hard to tell what it was going to do when it dried. But that being said, that does not have anything to do with this particular paper. That has to do with the whole brown paper kind of thing. It's like working backwards from watercolor in some ways. And I did treat it a lot like gouache. I used a lot of white in there to, like the line I've got there. I used a lot of white to make things come out. Even the dark colors, I used white in them to make them stand out from the background. It was very interesting to work on. I think it turned out kind of cool. I wasn't looking for an exact replica, which is good because that's not my thing. And that's not where I ended up. But it was a lot of fun. And I would use it again. So if you can get your hands on some of this paper, I would recommend it. I think it's kind of a fun challenge. I think it's much more water friendly than working on the brown paper, recycled paper, like the bee paper or a paper like that. I know I have a gray paper that's Strathmore, and they might make a brown one too. But it's different than working on this. Oh, you know what I didn't? I didn't end up doing the wet pastel, but I'll have to try that another time. So anyway, if you stuck it out this long, I really, really appreciate it. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great. And I think if you can get your hands on this, it would be fun to have. It wasn't expensive, I don't think. I think this was maybe $16-ish in that range. But that was in Chile, so who knows here? It might be more. Anyway, I really appreciate you being here, and thank you so much for watching. And if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I have prints of my artwork along with cute little monsters and other fun stuff for sale.